we're going to kind of kick it off with talking about more of what would be maybe the basics or the beginning. So if any of you ladies want to share a little bit about the brand for your business, how did you come up with a brand? How important do you think branding is? And really, what defines your laundromat brand? And then how are you communicating that to your customers? So if any of you ladies want to jump in and take that one.
May I
Go ahead.
comment on that? I think the brand, like for me, my brand is based on what we offer. I'm a fully attended store, the cleanest in San Diego County. It's not even a match because nobody is fully attended. I know all the people in the industry, all the repairmen, they all tell me the same thing. So I'm hearing a little bit of background noise, so I'm not sure where that's coming from. Um, I think it's very important to be a brand because you need to stand out from your competitors. So you need to find out what is it that you're doing different from the competitors near you and use that in your marketing and be consistent. I have been consistent for 31 years marketing exactly that. Fully attended, cleanest machines always up, always operating.
Any,
And I
I
can
think
jump
it's
in next.
Brian Clemens. If
Go
you
ahead.
wouldn't mind going on mute, we're just getting some background noise.
Whoever the host is should be able to mute them.
Nika, are you able to?
Let me check,
Okay.
see if I know how.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I think you cut off. Did you have anything you were going to jump in and add?
Yes, no, not a problem. I just wanted to add branding, in my opinion, and is everything. It's not just from your fun logo to that's eye-catching. It's how people and how customers feel coming into your store. So a little bit of background with myself and Nick being so involved in the community. He's a firefighter, and then our volunteer activities in general. We wanted to continue that community feel when customers come into the laundromat. And so I would describe our laundromat as a fresh, modern community hub. It's family friendly. Everyone knows each other. We know most customers by name, and I think that really helps us build the connection with our customer base.
Awesome. Either of the other panelists have anything you want to add, or we'll jump to the next topic.
Hannah, I see you smiling like it's like you want to get in here. Come on in here.
Okay. I think your brand really does what sets you apart. And I think, especially those of us that do both, you have to cater to both demographics because people who are going to use your wash and fold are going to be very different than some of those that use your self-serve laundromat. So you have to have something that's going to connect two different demographics and two different users, but that's simple, straightforward, plain, and easy to use. And so I think, I like to use the KISS phrase, keep it simple, silly. We say silly because we have children. So I think that would play a huge part into building your brand. And then the fact that you can reach anyone regardless of socioeconomic status or anything else. So.
Awesome. In tandem with that, and it was one of the things I think, Christina, you talked about is part of your branding and really communicating what makes you stand out from your competitors. Do you guys have any tips or tricks of how you communicate that in your marketing, whether that be with specific tactics that you use or specific messages or copy that you put on your marketing?
I'll start here. And this is, it is not necessarily marketing for the business, but it goes along with branding. I met a lot of people here through social media, right? Through LinkedIn. And one of the things that I do on my personal LinkedIn page is always talking about most of the time laundry, customer service, and just the customer journey. But I always start every social media post with let's talk about. And people, it has stuck. People, when they see me, they say, well, let's talk about. And it's almost like a joke. But I did that not knowing what I was doing. But it has, falls into my branding, right? So when people see me, that's the thing that they hang on to. And you want people to hang on to something about you, your business, your laundromat, and those kinds of things. And branding is for us as owners and CEOs and founders and all of those things. Branding goes well past what we do for the business itself. It's us as people, individuals, we are branding or a branding tool or mechanism for our businesses as well. So as you're building out those things and thinking about branding and marketing, keep that in mind that you are a branding tool as well.
I love that. Any of the other ladies have any tactics or messaging that you guys use to show how you're different from competition?
I use Yelp and Google, and I make posts on there, and I'm repetitive with my same message, fully attended, whatever. I keep repeating it over and over. So anyone who walks into the store, we even say it in person. Anyone who gets on Yelp or Google, they'll see it, or my Facebook page. They see me consistently repeating the same thing. Unfortunately, I'm not over techie, so I don't use LinkedIn like I should, but I rely on Google, Yelp, and Facebook.
And I would add to that, our Google profile and our activity on Facebook itself has been huge. Facebook is where we get the most interactions with our customers. Of course, we run our promos and what's going on in the weekly, daily within the store, but I think one thing that really helps our customer base connect with us and follow along with our journey from the very beginning to where we are now and going to continue to go is we show them the behind the scenes. We show them when we're under construction. And we recently had a poll because we wanted to freshen up our name for our loyalty program, had a poll running for, hey, what's the best name? What do you think we should use? And then open to suggestions. People really love that interaction because they get to be a part of the journey, and we're only here because of them. So we really try to focus on that and bring that to light and have everyone feel involved.
I love that. Hannah, anything to add?
I was going to say how she showed behind the scenes. So our most recent store, we've only been open about 18 months. And before we ever opened, we had 2,200 followers on Facebook before we ever opened our doors. And so that's the power of social. That's the power of showing them the behind the scenes, getting them real excited. And then it helped, once we opened in the promos and things we did at our grand opening and things, but we had 2,200 eyeballs already before we ever opened our doors. So give them that vulnerability. They know that you're real people. I always say people don't leave relationships, they leave numbers. And so when you introduce yourself as the owner, you introduce yourself as what you're doing, they connect to you. We have pictures of my family scrolling on our TVs. They're real people. They're not just somebody behind a name. And I think that helps, and it goes into your branding as well.
I love that.